Mr. Schroeder's class, he's a history teacher, and in grade school I hated history. I'm a student who doesn't like to sit still, who can't be in a little box all day doing work. This allows me to talk with my fellow students, allows me to embrace what I'm learning. And this is so much easier than just sitting there and doing work. And well, it's still work. And I feel like in that class, I'm not doing work. Honestly, it feels like this is a fun class. I don't need to do work in this class, but I went back yesterday because I was studying for an exam we're doing, and looked at all the notes. We do a lot of work in that class, and a lot of information is just on 1 or 2 pieces of paper. Like for this one chapter we had to do, he gave me a KWL. We'll give the class one, told us to write down what we know and what we want to learn. And then after, we were supposed to do, most teachers just do what you learn after you read one paragraph or what you learn after reading one page. And that's only giving us what we learned on that one page, not for the whole chapter. He told us to save it until we were done the chapter. And when we were done the chapter, about, I think it was 2 weeks later, he told us to pull it out. We pulled it out and he's like, now in a paragraph, I want you to write on the back, just write down what the main things you learned about this was, what you wanted to learn. And that's what we did. And I just had to go, I just did a big test today in this class, and all I had to do was go back and look at that one note, and I think I got an A on it. Like, I think I did perfect, and I love feeling like that. I'm not the student who gets perfect ever, and getting the feeling that I can, it's phenomenal. He allows us to basically crawl up in his head and look through his eyes, and I think that, to be honest, is the best way to teach a student, because if you're trying to teach a student to know the knowledge you know, it's best to put them in your situation. It's happening more than one class. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, they allow us to grab a hold of something that they remember from that, something that sticks out in their mind, and it makes it something that sticks out in our mind now. Like, I prefer that way better than sitting in class being bored. I love how Think Aloud is. It's just that with what we have to think about, what the teachers think about, some students won't be able to. A good word I like to use now is contemplate their form of ideas, but it could be a lot more effective. Like, when the person's reading, we are listening to their points, and I love that. Honestly, I wish, seriously, that I'd be able to write down my own ideas, and then we could stop and write and say what we all think about this. And some teachers do allow that, which does make it a lot better. I want us to all take turns reading aloud and explaining what makes us think like this, what we think about when we hear this. I learn from me asking teachers questions. That's how I learn. Like, you can tell me all this, all that, but I'm not going to learn unless I embrace it, unless I talk to you about it, because I'm just going to forget it the next day. And if we don't talk about it, it's just like, that's use of information that goes through one ear and out the other. He gives us something we can make a connection to. And sometimes it's a text. Like, sometimes it'll be like something he'll say has to do with something like that we read before in class, or something that I said that's going on right now in the world, or something that I said that's going on with us, and that helps out a lot. We don't have to go back and look at a whole bunch of things in his class. All we gotta do is remember that funny thing he said, and then it reminds us of the whole lesson. And he always does that every class. He gives us something to go back and remember. Simple ideas and simple little things to place down on a piece of paper that allowed me to get a perfect, allowed me to get a 4. And honestly, there is other ways to teach students, but nothing's gonna like compare to this.